I'm against amnesty. But let me just come to this issue that those who generate black money and those who take black money, bribes, let us say, what actually is happening to these people? Are we actually jailing them? Those who are caught taking bribes, are we putting them in jail, whether they are bureaucrats, they are politicians? There's no action that is taken which is an action which will be demonstrative in saying that, okay, this is too dangerous for us to be doing and we must desist from this. So I think as long as we cannot sack a government employee who has been caught taking bribes or has not performed, I think the time has come when this holy cow of a bureaucrat who has robbed people of money should be jailed.
Mr. Munjal, you were saying that an amnesty scheme is not necessarily a bad idea. A lot of people would wonder, why should somebody who's stolen my money be allowed to bring it back, and why should we all stand welcoming this person who's bringing back black money?
I think we need to take a step back. All citizens from all walks of life need to look at what we are doing in our lives. Can we start, one, to fix ourselves? That's one. Two, I think it would be a shame if there is monies outside the system which is openly acknowledged. It would be a shame not to bring that money back into the economy, into the system, where it can be productively used and recorded.
You know, this corruption thing which people say that let's clean our house first, it's a very right statement to make. But the truth is that corruption is a global phenomena. Countries which have a good functional judiciary, corruption is less, it touches lives less. Countries which have a dysfunctional judiciary, corruption touches everybody's life because nobody goes to the court. So we need to start by changing the judicial system of this country.
I think the history shows that whenever we've tried amnesty, we do get a trickle, but we are unable to capture the huge quantum that people talk about. I would like to be assured before we get into the debate of bringing black money back as to what are the instrumentalities. Now today German banks have given some names. Now there is a treaty between the two countries, so none of us really know who it is, or it's leaking out in bits and pieces. So when we talk of amnesty, we must talk about total package of a radical sense of amnesty where really we are convinced as citizens that it will happen. I doubt whether that will happen. But more than that, what is interesting is black money is generated because of control structures will people try to avoid. We need to look at every part of controls in our economy which automatically generates black money. A simple thing is, you buy a house, the stamp duty is so high that you immediately go and say, okay, 50-50. 50 cash and 50. Now, as an honest middle class guy, I don't have 50% black money. So I can never buy a house. So the interesting thing is, it is that single stamp duty, you bring it down to 5%, a whole world will open up freehold properties and the black money part will vanish.
But Sandeep, people seem to think the government wants to go slow because a lot of the big ministers and leaders have money stashed away. They have no incentive to prosecute, because if they do, those are the names that will come up.
There's an instrument in the stock market. It's called a P note. We know it as a participatory note, but to a lot of other people in the market, it's also known as a politician's note. But it is an instrument which is used widely in the Indian stock markets to route what is called round tripping, of bringing money back into the country through a tax haven like Mauritius.
Well, there's clearly a lot for everyone to think about. For the people, they have expectations. The government needs to deliver on those expectations. Pranab Mukherjee clearly has a tough task ahead as he steps up to present this year's budget. For participating in this discussion, to all our guests this evening, thank you very much for having participated in what's been a very engaging and fascinating discussion. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you.